Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this is my first lecture on Chapter 1. I want to apologize for the quality of the first video that I did just a few days ago. I forgot to turn off the ceiling fan right next to me, and as I replayed the video, I could hear the sound of the fan coming through the mic. So my first step tonight was to shut the fan down. And so I want to spend a little time going over a little PowerPoint on Chapter 1. I wish I could show you the PowerPoint and just annotate from it, but I can't do that right now. But I'm going to keep looking for some kind of course capture software that I can utilize. So just stay tuned, and perhaps I'll be able to come up with something before the end of the semester. But Chapter 1 is entitled, "Are You Sure You Really Want to Teach?" Now that you're in the profession, maybe you got some second thoughts about it. But chances are you're here to stay. And so the first slide asks the question, why people become teachers. For some, it's a second career. Their spouse has a career, and so it's an excellent career for a second income. For some, it is actually a second career because they spent all of their time pursuing one career in whatever field, and then once they retired from that, some people have felt that they'd love to be able to teach, and so they'll go back to school, get some certifications, and teach either at the secondary or post-secondary level as a whole different second career. Second point is that it's a people-oriented occupation. There's just no getting around it. We deal with people in various age ranges, and they have all kinds of personalities, all kinds of issues, all kinds of things that they come to our classrooms with. And so I would find it very difficult for anyone to get into this occupation who would not want to be around people and not being kind of a social person. Third point is kind of interesting: injury. Perhaps somebody was injured in an accident, and obviously teaching is not exactly a strenuous job where you are really out in the elements or in some dangerous situations like you could be in some occupations. And so those people who have been injured can find that teaching could be a very good career for them, because they're really not going to be asked to perform some very, very strenuous types of things to do. The working environment is a great environment to work in. You're out of the rain, the cold, the heat, the sun. You're working with colleagues that have high educational levels. You are working to kind of mold the next generation of individuals in our society, and so it's a great working environment. For those who would like to be independent, you're always asked to be able to do things in that classroom, to kind of work unsupervised. And it's a profession. There is, I guess, a difference between a profession and a job. People go to work at jobs and they do them, but yet they don't really get anything out of them. The teaching profession is a very, very respected occupation. You ask leaders of the country, down to some of the lowest average citizens in that country, and teachers are always held in high regard because of what we do to give people an education so that they can be a success in life. And there's opportunities for growth. You can start as a aide and work, go to college, get more education, and thus move up from elementary, secondary, college. The paths to success are just wide open for a whole lot of people. Now, there's a number of ways that we can become teachers. We can get 4-year degree programs, 3-year degree programs, 2-year associate programs, certificate programs, apprenticeship preparation, and informal education. All of these formal and informal educational paths are important because you and I bring all of our experience, all of our education to the classroom every day. And so you can work your way from degree to degree. Y'all are working right now probably on either certificate or 2-year degree programs, and this can be a foundation to a higher degree. 4-year degrees, you can go on to graduate degrees. Well, I don't have them listed here, but that's kind of the path that I followed. I started from the 2-year, 4-year, and then graduate school, and so that opportunity is open to you if you wish to take it. Next slide is what to do to become a teacher. One of the things about being in this profession is that we need to be credentialed. A teaching certificate is a necessity. Now, to teach at a secondary level, and some of you may be secondary teachers, you have to take a test, and then like the practice test, score such a level score on it, and then you can apply, if you pass, for your teaching license. That's given by the State Department of Education. At the technical college system, you are asked to take an exam, the NOCTI exam, for those of y'all in the trades area, and that becomes your credential as well as your high school diploma or associate degree to allow you to teach in the system and be recognized by our accreditation agency, the Council on Occupational Education, or COE. For the nurses, it's their license, which fulfills those requirements. And that's just a few examples there. And then prospective employers. The LTC, the community college system, the universities, the secondary, elementary, and local school boards are all looking at the credential because they have to have it in order to be accredited. For us, COE accreditations means that we can get funds for Pell for our students to be able to come to school. I don't know about you, but if our Pell students would stop getting Pell tomorrow, we just soon shut the doors at Acadian. And I think a lot of other schools are in the same situation. We just can't afford right now to be able to provide free education to students. Whereas at one time, when we were trade schools, we had done that for a long time. But we're in a whole different time right now. To get a teaching job, usually you can go to the newspaper, internet, and position announcements are posted spelling out credentials, the requirements for the position, what the position entails. Usually after that, interviews are conducted for a face-to-face evaluation of a prospective teacher. The third issue, there must be a catch here somewhere, is let's face it, sometimes it doesn't seem like it could be that easy to be able to get into this occupation. There's got to be some catch in it. More often than not, you are in big demand. There are not a whole lot of people out there with the skills and the ability that you possess to be able to do the job that you can be asked to do. And those people are rare, and let's face it, there's a lot of opportunities for a whole lot of people right now in teaching. And finally, getting ready. What do you do to prepare for this occupation? Unfortunately, I can't think of a whole lot of how-to books that are out there. Usually you're looking at this book to get you some ideas of what to do, but normally you're already working. If you go through a 4-year teaching program at a university or college, they do a good job helping to prepare teachers now, because they're trying to get junior, senior students out into the classroom much quicker than when I was going through the process. Normally when you were ready to student teach, that was your last semester. Now I've heard of some programs starting off as freshmen. They put you into the classroom to get used to that environment. And as you progress through your program of study, you're getting to spend more and more time in that classroom environment, which is basically where we are going to do our job, or succeed or fail in this profession. Okay, that should finish this particular set of PowerPoint slides. And so, to kind of wrap this little introduction up, all I can say is just welcome to the profession. You are going to enjoy this profession. It is challenging. There's no doubt about that. There may be some opportunities and some times where you are going to go back home and go to work where you're just on cloud 9, that you've had just a wonderful day, and there may be some days where you'll be running and screaming out the door and say, I'm not going back. But those days are very rare. More often than not, you're going to have some really good days in the classroom, and you will be making a difference in people's lives. And that's what teaching, at least to me, is all about. So I will end this lecture right here, and hopefully prepare for a little lecture on chapter 2 in the near future.